All right, let's talk about Notion. You've probably heard of it, right? It's that all-in-one workspace that basically promises to organize your entire life. But for a lot of us, opening it for the first time, well, it feels like staring at a completely blank canvas. It's full of potential, for sure, but it's also just incredibly intimidating. You're left wondering, okay, now what? Where do I even start?
I mean, does this hit close to home or what? This feeling is the whole reason we even look for tools like Notion in the first place. It's that little voice in the back of your head, that constant, low-level anxiety that, with everything going on, something important is about to just fall through the cracks.
And, this is exactly why we feel that way. Our digital life is often just a total mess. It's spread out across a dozen different apps. You've got project stuff in Jira, chats happening in Slack, meetings in your calendar, and who knows where those random genius ideas are, probably scattered across 3 different notes apps. It's no wonder we feel completely overwhelmed.
And then, along comes Notion. It shows up with this big, bold, beautiful promise to be the one tool to finally bring all of that chaos together into one single organized workspace. The whole idea here is to replace a bunch of your other apps. So instead of using Google Docs for writing, Trello for your projects, and Todoist for your tasks, you can bring all of that right into Notion. It's designed to be your command center. So the real question is, why doesn't it always feel that simple when you start? Well, that brings us to the great paradox of Notion. See, its biggest strength, the fact that it's this totally flexible, blank slate you can do anything with, is also its biggest problem for new users. All that freedom, it can be absolutely paralyzing.
And that really gets to the heart of it. Notion is marketed as your second brain, this amazing extension of your own mind. But, and this is a big but, if you don't have a plan, it can so easily become your next big distraction. A tool that's supposed to make you more productive can actually do the exact opposite.
This right here, this quote probably feels familiar to a lot of you. It perfectly captures that trap. You get so lost in the weeds, trying to build the most beautiful, color-coded, perfectly designed system that you completely forget to do the actual work the system was supposed to help you with in the first place.
But here's the good news. I promise, there's a way through the madness. You can cut through all that complexity and avoid getting stuck if you just understand just three fundamental building blocks. You master these, and you've basically mastered Notion. So let's break them down.
First up, we have the block. This is the absolute most basic piece of Notion. Literally everything you see is a block. A sentence of text, that's a block. A checkbox on your to-do list, that's a block. An image you just dropped in, yep, also a block. The easiest way to think about them is like individual Lego bricks. They're the little pieces you use to build everything else. Okay, so if blocks are the Legos, what's a page? Simple. The page is the big green base plate you build on. It's the canvas, the container where you put all your blocks together. But here's where it gets kind of wild. Every page can have other pages inside of it, which can have more pages inside of them. You can nest them forever, creating this amazing organized structure.
And that brings us to our third and final building block, the database. This, my friends, is where the real magic happens. A database is just an organized collection of pages. But, and this is the game changer, you can look at that same collection of pages in a ton of different ways. 1 minute, it's a table like a spreadsheet. Then click, it's a Kanban board like Trello. Click again, and now it's a calendar. It really is like a spreadsheet on steroids.
So let's just recap super quick. It's this simple. Blocks are the Legos, you snap those blocks together on pages, and then you organize all those pages using powerful databases. That's it. That is the entire structure of everything in Notion.
Okay, so now you get the theory. How do you put it into practice without going crazy and falling into that tweaking forever trap? The key, the absolute key, is to start simple and stay sane. You don't need to build a massive, complex system on day one.
These are the classic mistakes we all make. We try to build some revolutionary system from scratch when there are perfectly good templates out there. We cram so much stuff onto our main dashboard that it becomes a cluttered mess. We try to build a system to manage our entire existence before we've even figured out how to make a basic to-do list. The mantra here is, seriously, start simple. So instead of trying to build a rocket ship, start with something like this, a super simple habit tracker. It's just one database and a table view. That's it. It's not flashy, it's not fancy, but it is incredibly useful and so easy to set up. This is proof that powerful doesn't have to mean complicated.
Once you master these basics, once you've built a few simple, genuinely useful things for yourself, that's when you start to see Notion for what it really can be. It becomes your own personal power tool, one you can shape and mold to fit your exact needs.
And that's when the whole world opens up. You can start diving into the huge library of templates the community has built. You can start looking at automations that connect Notion to your other tools like Google Calendar or Slack, creating a workflow that's seamless. But all of that, it comes after you've got the foundation right.
So it all comes down to this one question. Now that you understand the pieces, you know the building blocks, and you know the traps to avoid, what are you going to build? Are you going to harness this tool to create a powerful second brain that actually helps you? Or are you going to get lost designing and end up with just a prettier prison for your to-do list? The choice really is yours.